Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q4 FY24 earnings conference call of Sarda Energy and Minerals Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. Today, from the management end, we have with us Mr. Pankaj Sarda, Joint Managing Director, Mr. P.K. Jain, Director and CFO, Mr. Nilay Joshi, Head Corporate Finance, and Mr. Neeraj Sarda, Deputy Managing Director. So I now hand the conference over to Mr. Pankaj Sarda. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to each one of you attending Sarda Energy's earnings call. Some of the statements made in this call may be forward-looking, and a disclaimer to this effect has been included in the investor presentation. I hope you have had a chance to go through the results and presentation uploaded on our website and the sites of stock exchange. Economies across the globe continue to face macro headwinds on account of property sector drag in Chinese economy, more than expected delay in interest rate reversal by central banks, stressed war between Israel and Hamas, high fuel cost and disruption in seaborne transport following attacks on ships in the Red Sea. In India, domestic steel demand continued to grow and was up around 9% YOY. But steel spot prices moderated in line with the global cues without corresponding correction in input prices. As such, profit margins some slight pressure. During FY24, the plants reported improved performance. We recorded highest ever production of coal, iron ore pellets, billets, wire rods, ferroalloys, and captive power. The production during the quarter was lower YOY and QOQ on account of shutdown of one unit of captive power plant at our Raipur, taken for overhauling of one of the SBC boilers and one of our turbines. Hydropower generation during the year was lower by 10% due to lower rainfall in catchment areas and pipeline damage from landslide in our Uttarakhand project. Specific details are given in the operational data uploaded. During FY, we exported 1,15,000 metric tons of ferroalloys worth rupees 875 crores against 98,000 metric tons worth rupees 983 crores last year. In Q4 FY24, we exported 27,000 metric tons of ferroalloys valued at around 203 crores against 33,500 metric tons in Q3 FY24 valued at 242 crores and 34,500 metric tons in Q4 FY23 valued at rupees 294 crores. Mines and minerals. The Garepalma coal mine operated at full capacity and produced 14.4 lakh tons of coal during the year. We have received environment clearance for increase in the mining capacity from 1.44 million ton to 1.68 million ton. The CTE and CTO is expected soon. We propose to increase it further to 1.8 million ton during the current financial year. To meet the increased in-house coal requirement post proposed acquisition of SKS Power, the mining capacity is proposed to be increased to 5.2 million ton. The mining plan and mine closure plan of 5.2 million ton has been already approved. The capacity of the coal washery is also proposed to be increased initially to 1.8 million ton from 0.96 million ton. This will be increased further as may be necessary post increased mining capacity. We are also taking steps for setting up railway siding and loading infrastructure in the coal mine for movement of coal through rail for cost-effective movements of coal and mine refilling material. The Indonesian joint venture coal mine produced 5.58 lakh metric ton coal in FY24 and 2.24 lakh metric tons coal during the quarter. We expect to produce about 1 million ton coal from this mine in FY25. Our proposal for Stage 1 forest clearance and environment clearance for Shahpur West underground coal mine in Madhya Pradesh has been approved. Mine opening work will start after we receive Stage 2 forest clearance and mining lease. We expect to get mine opening permission during current financial year. Immediately after getting the permission, mine development work will be started. Post commencement of production from this mine, 100% of our high-grade coal requirement will also be met from this captive mine, insulating us against price fluctuations and high cost of imported coal. Process of mining plan preparation and approval is going on for Kalyani coal mine located in Chhattisgarh. We have formed a joint venture subsidiary company for reopening and operating of Bartunga Hill high-grade coal mine of SECL. This will further strengthen company's presence in commercial coal mining. Surjagarh 1 iron ore mine. We have received letter of intent from the government of Maharashtra for composite license for the mine. Necessary approvals, including forest clearance, are being taken to start prospecting work. Solar power project. Land has been acquired. Material has started reaching at the site. Process of grid connectivity approvals is going on. The plant is scheduled to be operational by the end of this current financial year. In addition to the cost saving, it will also help in reduction of our carbon footprint. Replacement of turbine and generator. The company has placed order for replacement of existing 30 megawatt TG set with new energy efficient TG set to save energy and reduce carbon footprint. The new TG set is expected to be operational in the first half of FY2026-24. With this, all the 3 turbines shall stand replaced. Hydropower project under construction. Construction work at 25 megawatt Rehar hydropower project is progressing ahead of schedule, and the plant is expected to be operational in next quarter, taking the advantage of part of this year's rainy season against scheduled completion of March 2025. Acquisition of SKS Power. On our appeal, NCLAT has set aside the order of NCLT. NCLAT has revived plan approval application of a plan along with interlocutory applications with directions to dispose of the application preferably within 60 days. SKS is having an operational thermal power plant of 600 megawatt capacity near Chhattisgarh, and this acquisition will bring operational synergies with the coal mine. Presently, NTPC is running the plant under O&M contract. New independent director. And last, 2 more prominent persons as independent directors. They are Mr. Rajiv Sharma and Mr. UP Singh. Mr. Rajiv Sharma is ex-CMD of PFC, and Mr. UP Singh ji is retired IAS officer. Before retirement, he was secretary to GOI in different ministries. I now hand it over to Mr. P.K. Jain ji, who will take us through our financial performance.
Thank you, Pankaj ji. The company has achieved quarterly consolidated revenue of 889 crores during quarter 4 of financial year 24, against rupees 925 crores reported in last quarter and rupees 1076 crores in corresponding quarter of previous year. The company's profit after tax at consolidated level stood at rupees 88 crores against rupees 114 crores in the previous quarter and rupees 115 crores in the quarter 4 of FY23. Prices across the value chain except for finished steel remained stable during the quarter. Price of steel products including billets were lower than last quarter. For FY24, the company has achieved revenue of 3,869 crores against rupees 4,212 crores achieved in FY23. The fall in revenue is attributable to the fall in selling prices year on year. The profit after tax has also gone down from rupees 603 crores to rupees 531 crores because of slight pressure on the margins. The company is taking steps for long-term sustainable margins, which include productivity improvement, installation of solar power project, waste utilization project, replacement of old TG set with energy efficient TG set, and replacing high cost imported coal by captive coal. Effect of all these efforts will be reflected in the medium to long term. Debt position. The company is net debt-free at consolidated level. At the consolidated level, gross long-term debt is to about rupees 1,250 crore. Amount of long-term loans repayable within next 1 year is 195 crores. The company has strong liquidity to meet capital requirement for acquisition and ongoing capex. As on 31st March, we held cash and liquid investments of rupees 1,325 crores. The company is not exposed materially to currency rate fluctuations. Foreign currency import exposure is fully covered by our exports. Dividend. The board of directors have recommended dividend of rupee 1 per share, which is 100% against regular dividend of 75% paid in the previous year. The industry scenario. The domestic crude steel production in financial year 24 registered a growth of 13% to 144 million metric tons against 127 million tons in FY23. Production from induction furnace route saw a sharp jump of 25% to 50 million tons. The domestic finished steel consumption has registered a growth of 13% to 136 million tons in FY24 on the back of government-supported infrastructure projects. India has become net importer of steel in FY24. During FY24, India registered 38% surge in import of finished steel to 8.32 million tons, as against 6.02 million tons imported in the previous year. Ferroalloy export has been stable. During the quarter, India exported 0.66 million ton ferroalloy against 0.59 million tons in the last quarter. During the year, India exported 2.65 million ton of ferroalloy. Thermal and coking coal import saw a sharp rise on back of lower prices. Lower coal prices resulted in higher import of high-grade coal by sponge iron plants, and consequently sponge iron production also increased by 20% to 52 million tons against 43 million tons in the previous year. The coal production has almost reached 1 billion tons against 893 million tons in the last year, registering a growth of 11.65%. This has kept the prices of thermal coal under check with comfortable stock levels at power plants. The quarter gone by has seen strong domestic demand but slowing global demand. Increased export from China had an impact on the pricing of steel. China's property market remained sluggish, affecting steel consumption. During the quarter, India produced 37.3 million tons of crude steel, recording a growth of 9.7% year-on-year. During financial year 24, India produced about 144 million ton crude steel, recording growth of 14.5% against negative growth of 1.66% in China and 3.48% growth in global crude steel production. During the quarter, India recorded growth in steel production despite jump in the imports from 2 million tons to 2.6 million tons. Apparent consumption has gone up from 33 million tons to 36 million tons year-on-year, registering a growth of 9%. Iron ore, iron pellet and sponge iron prices remained stable. Finished steel prices saw downward pressure resulting into compression of margins. Ferroalloy prices also didn't improve during the quarter from fall in the last quarter. However, the prices of both steel and ferroalloys have seen upward movement during the current quarter. Outlook. The Indian economy remains stable against the pressure of high inflation, high interest rate, and high interest rate environment. Interest rates across the globe are expected to start falling in view of the declining inflation across the globe. Strong tax collection and sharp rise in dividend from RBI has strengthened finances of the government, creating space for extra government spending on the infrastructure projects. That should boost capex heavy projects and real estate sector, creating demand for steel. India's steel production and consumption is expected to continue its high growth momentum. The apparent steel consumption has recorded healthy growth of 14% in FY24. Growth in the steel sector is driven by government spending on infrastructure and recovery in private investment, which have been the focus of this year's budget. Money flow from election-related spending should also stimulate demand. Iron ore, coke and coal prices have also moved in tandem. Peak power demand has reached level of 243 gigawatt level. Keeping in view the growth in power demand should remain remunerative, throwing good opportunity for the company. There is disruption in the production of high-grade manganese ore in Australia, affecting supply chain. This has caused sharp rise in price of manganese ore and also ferroalloys. We have sufficient inventory of manganese ore. Current prices of silico-manganese of 60% grade is around 85,000 against the average realization of 67,000 in Q4 of FY24. That's all about our performance and outlook. Now we have the forum open for questions from the participants. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Rajesh Bhandari from Nakoda Engineers. Please go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon.
जी, good afternoon.
हाँ, नमस्कार सर. सर, इस बार रिजल्ट थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ आया. Is it only because of the low prices?
हाँ, बाकी तो ऑपरेटिंग परफॉर्मेंस तो आपने देखा ही होगा सारे प्लांट्स के ऑपरेशंस में तो.
हाँ, या. तो ये प्राइसेस वगैरह सुधरने की कोई उम्मीद है सर?
प्राइसेस तो अभी इम्प्रूव हुई है ना. फर्स्ट क्वार्टर में काफी इम्प्रूव हुई है. एज कम्पेयर टू द लास्ट क्वार्टर देयर इज सब्सटेंशियल इम्प्रूवमेंट.
हाँ, मतलब 15-20% इम्प्रूवमेंट.
नहीं, 15-20% तो नहीं होगा, 10% से प्लस ही है. 10%.
और फेलोएलॉयज वगैरह का जो है सर एक्सपोर्ट?
सर वो कंटिन्यू है, सब नॉर्मल है.
अच्छा, दैट इज मतलब उसमें क्योंकि बाहर में हालात इतने गड़बड़ हैं तो कोई अपना रिक्वायरमेंट वगैरह में कमी नहीं आई है.
नहीं, अदरवाइज तो प्राइस का मूवमेंट ही नहीं होता ना. यदि डिमांड नहीं होती थी तो प्राइस मूवमेंट हुआ, मतलब डिमांड है तभी प्राइस मूवमेंट होगा.
और सर ये जो अपना एसकेएस पावर का है उसका क्या स्टेटस है सर?
एसकेएस पावर का एनसीएलटी ने हमारी अपील के बेसिस पे वो जो पुराना ऑर्डर था उसको तो सेट असाइड कर दिया है.
हाँ.
दोबारा हियरिंग के लिए बोला तो पूरा हियरिंग करके अप्रूवल करेगी एनसीएलटी. तो उन्होंने ये बोला कि केस को पूरा दोबारा सुन के डिसाइड करवाओ.
अच्छा, मतलब पहला वाला जो केस सुन के अपने को ऑर्डर दिया था,
हाँ,
एनसीएलटी ने उस ऑर्डर को साइड कर दिया यूं?
हाँ जी, हमारे फेवर में नहीं था ऑर्डर. उन्होंने वो बोला था बैंकों को दोबारा कंसिडर करने के लिए बोला था, तो वो एनसीएलटी ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया कि दोबारा सीओसी को कंसिडर करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
तो वो तो फिर मतलब पहले जो अपनी फेवर में गया वो अपनी फेवर में ही रहा है सर?
हाँ, अपने फेवर में ही है ये. वो
अच्छा,
बैंकों ने अपने फेवर में दिया था. ये अभी डिसीजन अपने फेवर में ही आया. उन्होंने बोला है दोबारा सुनने के लिए. पहले एनसीएलटी ने बोला था बैंकों को कि नहीं, आप सारे रेजोल्यूशन प्लान को दोबारा देखिए, तो उसको रिजेक्ट कर दिया है एनसीएलटी ने.
हाँ. अभी ये अपने पास कब तक आने की उम्मीद है सर?
अब ये तो कोर्ट केसेज है. एनसीएलटी ने तो 60 डेज के लिए बोला है. अब 60 नहीं तो भी आप मान के जो जल्दी होना चाहिए. 60 डेज का टाइम दिया एनसीएलटी ने तो डिसीजन लेने के लिए.
जी. तो उसमें डिसीजन इज गोइंग टू बी इन आवर फेवर.
Mr. Bhandari, may we request you to come back to the question queue?
Only last question. ये डिसीजन अपनी फेवर में होगा सर?
सर ये जुडिशियल प्रोसेस पर अभी कुछ नहीं बोल सकते. I don't want to comment on judicial process.
जी. ठीक है सर. थैंक यू सर.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pradeep Rawat from Yogya Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. So I have a couple of questions. First question is regarding our capex outlay. So during this financial year, FY25 and beyond, what should be the capex outlay that you foresee?
The capex outlay should be in the range of 500 crores a year put together across the company.
Okay. And the revenue potential at current market price, like keeping current market price stable, what should be the total amount of revenue that we can generate from current capacity and capacity after capex that we have announced till date?
सर जो capex जो अनाउंस किए हैं उसमें अभी इमीडिएट में एक्सेप्ट कोल माइन कोई भी इमीडिएट में करंट ईयर में कोई भी प्रोडक्शन में नहीं आएगा. सो फार एज करंट ईयर प्रोडक्शन इज कंसर्न ओनली वी विल हैव इंक्रीज कोल प्रोडक्शन. That is only one aspect. Otherwise, so it will not. Otherwise, except that there won't be material change in the revenue except the price effect. So there will be effect of the whole production, and rest will be the price effect.
So you are guiding for no volume increase for next like 1 year.
For the current financial year, except whatever performance, productivity improvements, your nominal whatever is there, that will be there. Otherwise, there won't be any material improvement at the quantum side. But yes, effect of the price increase will definitely be reflected into the volume revenue.
Okay. And with regard to our cash and investments, so we have close to 1450 crore of cash and investments, and we will be getting cash flows from our operating profits in a couple of years next down the line. So what we are planning to do with these cash that we have at our hand and the cash flow that we will generate in coming years?
As already stated, we are in the process of acquisition of SKS, a 600 megawatt thermal power project. So that will be the major outflow, and which has not been considered into our projections of the revenue. So that will be the first and foremost major outflow. In addition to that, we have been spending on the regular capexes, including solar power project, then hydropower project, waste utilization project, so multiple, and coal mines. There are multiple coal mines where we have been investing for our future growth. So on all these projects, we will be spending this money.
Okay, so how much will we be spending on SKF power?
That is already under, this is in the range of 2,000 crore, plus minus is there, so that is a larger acquisition.
Okay, great. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Akshay Kothari from JHP Securities. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity. So first of all, your outlook on...
Sorry to interrupt there. Mr. Kothari, you're sounding too low. Can you speak a bit louder, please?
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah. So our outlook on ferroalloy and especially manganese ore, because we have been hearing that there has been some supply side shortages on the manganese ore with one of the Australian facilities going offline.
Yeah, there is some disruption in Australia on the high-grade manganese ore of South 32 mine. There is a disruption. Because of that, there has been a supply disruption. Because of supply disruption, prices have moved up. But we understand that that is expected to be restored soon. And maybe I think by July, things should get to the normal.
So we won't be affected much by the rise in manganese ore prices.
No, we do have sufficient inventory, but longer term, whatever price movement goes up, that will be in tandem with the finished goods prices also. So we will not be affected adversely. Rather, it may be a positive for us for the inventory gains.
Okay. And sir, how much time does it take to, do the price pass on? Because generally it takes time to pass on the price lag.
This time the price of finishes also moved up immediately along with the raw material. So there is no fixed trend in this. It depends upon multiple market scenarios, and this time the price of the finishes also moved immediately as the prices of the raw material moved up.
Okay, so that's it from my side.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Pawan Nahar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So I have one question, or I have one request. Mining is becoming an important part of our segmental or of our numbers, so it is not shown separately.
Your voice is not clear. Your voice is not very clear.
Okay, so I have a request. Mining is becoming an important part of our segmental or our business plans going ahead. Now, if we can disclose revenue and EBITDA separately for mining, commercial mining, it will be very useful. So, any plans to do that?
Yeah, as of now, because a substantial part of our coal mine is captively consumed. So, as of now, it is not that important part of our overall revenue side, but yes, as another mine starts production, as soon this Shahpur mine, coal mine comes into production, we'll definitely start reporting separately the mining operations. Presently, majorly, we are using it for captive consumption.
So this year we produced 1.44 million tons. How much of that was captive and how much was commercial sales?
That also, I just tell you. About 8.4 million ton was sold in the market.
8 lakh 40 tons.
8.4 lakh tons. 8.4 lakh tons was sold in the market and rest was consumed captively.
So on this 8 lakh 40,000 tons that was sold in the market, see what is happening is I'm just seeing that the segmental steel numbers have dropped.
Again, your voice is not clear. Your voice is not clear.
So what I'm saying is the segmental numbers for steel have dropped sharply. Now I understand that coal prices would have also come down, and that would have impacted, and likewise on the steel business. I was just trying to get a sense, what is the normal, profit from your steel business?
What is the normal profit coming out of
Steel business is cyclical, so giving the specific separate number for normal profit from steel would be very difficult. And coal is also majorly, whatever is captively consumed, that forms part of the steel only.
Okay, fine, I'll stop on that one. The second request I have is, did we put out any press release relating to the NCLAT order on SKF? I think not. Can you please correct me? I think he's not put out any press release on the NCLAT order. Okay, so it's not my request.
Could you repeat again regarding NCLAT order, because your voice was, you were not able to hear your voice.
I'm really sorry. My request to you is that SKF is a very important aspect of the business plans right now, I would imagine. So my request to you is that please, continue to issue press release on the developments on SKF. So I think there was no press release on NCLAT order. One, we have to get it from the press. And now we are waiting whether Torrent or any other party would file any fresh reason for, why it should not be allotted to us. So have they filed? Has Torrent or the other fund filed anything with NCLT again?
No, if I heard you correctly, you mentioned Torrent and other companies going to NCLT, right?
Yeah, NCLT again. NCLT. With fresh reason.
So they went to NCLAT, and the NCLAT board of judges have heard them all and then passed on this judgment for asking to NCLT to hear the case and dispose it off in 60 days.
That's right. So is there any other hurdle there?
Nahar, may we request you come back to the question?
Just my question to the management is to explain if there is any other hurdle left in this, and if Torrent or the other party has filed for any other fresh, what should I say, opposition.
So, Mr. Nahar, let me clarify. By the order of NCLAT, both the plan approval application, which was for Sarda Energy's plan, and also the interlocutory applications of Torrent and Vantage Point have been revived by that order. So all the three would be heard in NCLT Mumbai. That is the status as of now.
Okay, so all the three would be heard. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Aditya Rathi from Equitas Investments. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Most of my questions are already answered, sir. Only thing I wanted to understand is the tax rate for this quarter. So it is somewhere close to 37%. Is there any adjustment to it?
Two, three aspects. One is the fair value change, because the profit also includes the fair value gain on which, and then there are losses there may be loss in one of the subsidiaries. That may be the case. So we are paying tax on the profit side of few companies without setting off the losses of other companies. So all these factors affect the
Right.
tax.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rakesh Roy from Boring AMC. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. My first question regarding the volume. If I see your sales volume number, so all the segment have in steel sub-segment, all the segment have the sales volume is down. So which segment we see lowest realization, where we see more realization down in this segment?
सर एज स्टेटेड स्टील में देखिए ईयर ऑन ईयर देखेंगे तो फेरोलेज में सब्सटेंशियली डाउन है. लास्ट ईयर जैसे 85,000 का था, दैट हैज गॉन डाउन टू समवेयर अबाउट 68,000. सो ईयर ऑन ईयर इफ यू कंपेयर करेंगे फाइनेंशियल ईयर टू फाइनेंशियल ईयर, और इफ यू कंपेयर ऑन द क्वार्टर तो स्टील फिनिश प्रोडक्ट्स प्राइसेज हैव गॉन डाउन and the price of pellet and sponge iron remain more or less in tandem. It's quarter on quarter.
मैं ऐसा ईयर देख रहा था, तो इन दैट केस तो एवरीथिंग डाउन. तो हमारा सेल्स वॉल्यूम इज डाउन ड्यू टू लोअर रियलाइजेशन और एनी अदर रीजन?
Because of lower realization.
Okay.
And in case of hydropower project, there is some fall of 10% because of the lower rainfall.
Okay. So can we see, sir, some improvement in volume in Q1, because some many is like a billet for prices is up near to 10 to 15%. So can we see a volume uptake in Q1?
Quarter on quarter, definitely it will be on higher side, because in the last quarter we had shut down of one of the turbines and boiler, so that had affected the volume. So quarter on quarter, definitely on annual basis there may be marginal improvement because of the productivity. Otherwise, more or less it will remain in line.
Okay. And sir, your view on the overall, sir, steel market, and how is it for FY25? How is the outlook, sir, from your side?
Sir, as far as the near term is concerned, whatever is appearing, we have already stated the prices have moved up in the current quarter, and with the better finances of the government, as stated in our address, We expect more spending from the government side on the infrastructure projects and incentive schemes for the promotion of manufacturing in the country. And that should create demand for steel.
Okay. And then in terms of realization, this will improve in Q1 basis, or this will be nearby stable?
Pardon?
Regarding realization, sir.
Yeah. What exactly is the question about realization?
Yeah. No, I'm saying, so, okay, your demand is good for FY25. You said, okay, but what about the realization part? How it will look like? This price will increase in for FY25, and how much it will increase, sir?
Giving any price range will be very difficult. It depends upon the market conditions. But as already stated, in the first quarter, prices have moved up by about 10%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ruchika Dhanuka from Phillip Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Vikas from Phillip Capital. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. So just one question. Given that we don't have much of the volume growth in the ferrous segment, has we finalizing some plans to further add on the capacities, at least on the ferroalloy side?
We are not adding any ferroalloy capacity. Are there any plans? We don't have any plans to increase the ferroalloy capacity in the immediate future.
Okay, so as of now, only SKS power is the near-term target for us in terms of growth perspective.
Yeah, growth. Then we have coal mines. There are 3 more coal mines which are under development. Hydropower project is nearing completion. Then solar power project we are putting up. So there are multiple smaller projects. As far as major project is concerned, that is SKS acquisition. In addition to that, there are multiple small projects which are going on.
Understood. And so what is our specifically ferromanganese capacity at this point of time, and how much we have produced in FY24?
Ferromanganese or total ferroalloy? What you are asking about?
So I am asking total ferroalloy capacity and ferromanganese capacities as well.
No, we have a combined capacity of ferroalloys. We can produce either silico-manganese or we can produce ferromanganese, either of them. There is no specific separate capacity for ferromanganese or silico-manganese.
So, as I understand that switching to the product also changes the overall rated capacity, right? So for ferromanganese, if we only produce ferromanganese, then what would be the rated capacity versus the overall which you play?
The ferroalloy, with the production of ferroalloy, capacity will go up maybe by about 30%. As compared to the silico-manganese. Otherwise, if you consider that way.
Okay, and your total net rated capacity is around 240 KT, right? Including the standalone one.
Yeah, and we have totally produced about 2 lakh metric tons in the last year.
Understood, sir. So, can at least in the ferroalloy segment we can see 10-15% kind of the volume growth, or that is also not looking?
There may be 9 because of productive improvement, whatever we can add up, it will be there. And as we stated in the last quarter, we had some curtailment in the power generation, so that may have some bearing on the additional capacity, additional production.
Understood, sir. That's all from my side, and all the best for you.
More or less, it will remain in line except for productivity improvement.
Understood, sir. Understood. Thank you. Thank you for answering my question.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Balasubramaniam from Arihant Capital. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for taking my question. My first question regarding, we have seen a lot of slowdown in the projects, especially in infra side, with respect to selection. And some of the steel consumers also posted flat or degrowth in this quarter. I just want to understand whether it will continue for next 1 or 2 quarters. Like you have mentioned, there is no volume growth in this financial year. I just want to understand when we can expect a substantial improvement, whether it is from Q2 or Q3 onwards. And also, you can talk about the export side. You have mentioned a slowdown in China market. I just want to understand on the export side, what kind of opportunities and traction we have.
Can you repeat your initial question? I couldn't get exactly what exactly is your question.
Yes, sir. So first question regarding, we have seen a lot of slowdown in the project side because of elections. Some of the steel consumers and pipe players, they have posted flat numbers or degrowth in this quarter. And there expects a lot of infra players also. There is no order intake next past 3 months or so. So when we can expect the steel consumption will increase, whether it is Q1 or Q2, is there any impact because of these elections?
Yes, that is a general phenomena. Whenever elections are there, definitely there is a shortage of labor. Labor moves from cities to their villages, and that has effect on the infrastructure projects. Otherwise, also because of election restrictions, there is effect on the demand side of the steel from the infrastructure projects. But as the elections are over and government comes into again full form, so we expect that demand from the infrastructure projects should pick up. Government is also pushing up for the solar in a big way, for the rooftop solar. That will also create demand. In addition to that, there are Jal Jeevan Mission is already going on, and multiple projects as you are aware, and we have stated in our address also, RBI has given dividend of more than 2 lakh crores, and tax collections have also been very healthy. So that should leave surplus with the government for spending on the infrastructure side. And that's where we feel that the demand of the steel from this level should improve.
Got it, sir. So on the export side, like you have mentioned, like especially on the China, we have witnessed the slowdown. I just want to understand, where we are witnessing tractions on the export side.
No, we are not exporting any of the steel products. We are exporting only ferroalloy. So there is no material bearing on that side.
Okay, sir. So, like we are doing capex of 500 crore. What's the breakup of this capex in this financial year?
There are multiple smaller projects. As we told, one is the 200 crores we will be spending on the solar power project. Then we will be spending on 3 mines, and some spending will be on the hydropower project during the current financial year.
Okay, sir. So what kind of
West management project, there will be spending about 70 crores. So total will be about 500 crores.
Okay. So what kind of synergies we can expect in this 500 crores investments in terms of cost savings or incremental revenue?
So far as the current financial year is concerned, except the hydropower project, none of the other projects will get commissioned. One hydropower project of 25 megawatt will get commissioned during the current financial year. That will have additional revenue from this project.
And the remaining when it will get commissioned, sir? The solar power and mines and all?
Solar power we expect to commission by end of the current financial year. And out of the 3 mines, one Shahpur coal mine will start maybe by end of the next financial year.
Got it. Thank you.
For current and next financial year, there won't be any addition in the coal mining project.
Got it, sir.
We are also spending some amount on our existing coal mine also. There also we are increasing the capacity. So some of the capacities will be going in that mine also.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
We thank all the participants of this con call. The company continues to diversify its revenues. Revenue from power and mining will increase over period, decoupling it from cyclicality of metal industry. Journey from here is exciting. We are adding solar power for captive consumption, which will help in reducing our carbon footprint in our manufacturing facility. We are hopeful to get approval of our resolution plan for SKS Power soon. This will be a major milestone in our growth journey. Increase in the coal mining capacity of existing coal mines from 1.44 million ton to 5.2 million ton, and the opening of 3 more coal mines at Shahapur, Kalyani and Bartunga will also help in accelerated growth. Please feel free to reach out us or our IR team if you have any further questions. We look forward to connect again in the next con call. Thank you all.
Thank you. On behalf of Sarda Energy and Minerals Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.